So I'm here with Tony Johnson in his basement arcade, and he actually took part in the E.T. unburying. Can you tell us a little bit about that, man?
Well, to take part's probably like a big word, but yeah, we did go. Me and my buddy Danny went down for it, and it was fun. It was a cool trip. Met a lot of cool people. Got to see him dig up, 30-year-old Atari games and accessories. So, it was really cool.
So how did you get wind of that? How did you hear about it, and did you drive down?
Yeah, we drove down. Like, I heard about it like 2 weeks before it happened, and it was actually through the group that you and I belong to, and someone had posted something about it, and I wasn't really big on it at first, and then I heard that Ernest Cline was going to be there, and I was like, I gotta go, because it was only a 6-hour trip,
Yeah.
So I got on the horn, got a hotel room, rented a car, and found a friend to go with me, and we were on our way down, and drove through New Mexico and hit some game stores on the way through New Mexico, and went to Roswell, and then made it to Alamogordo on Friday night, and then Saturday morning went out to the landfill, and it was all history from there.
So who all was there?
Like I said, Ernest Cline, Howard Scott Warshaw, the guy who created E.T., right, which is what the whole big thing was about. Yeah. Xbox was out there. They were actually the ones that fronted the money for the whole thing. So it'll be on a documentary on Xbox Live.
Right. So you actually saw them digging up various areas before they hit the sweet spot then?
No, there was they had an idea of where it was. From what I've read online and from what I understand, they actually took photographs, looked at photographs from when Atari actually dumped all that stuff, because it actually made the news in Alamogordo in 1983,
right,
when they dumped it. So they took photographs and landmarks and actually figured out where the actual hole was. Right. So it wasn't like they were digging up this whole area.
So you would say that they definitely got it based upon information, and it wasn't some kind of scam, some kind of bullshit thing?
No, it definitely wasn't a scam. I read a lot of stuff online from people saying that, this was set up, but it definitely wasn't set up.
That's awesome.
I'm sure, like I said, they had an idea of where the stuff was, but it certainly wasn't orchestrated at all.
Cool.
Yeah.
How many copies, or how many Atari games altogether do you think that they pulled out of there?
I haven't followed up on it as of lately, but when I was there, and I did take pictures of my own, they had to have pulled at least 1,000 out when we were there. Probably more or less 1,000 or so. And it wasn't just, everybody was like, oh, it's the E.T. thing. There were copies of E.T. found, but there were other games found there, like, Superman.
Just clearing out the warehouse, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. I guess the story is they had cleared out a warehouse in Texas and made a deal with, and this is just a rough kind of thing, made a deal with the landfill in New Mexico, in Alamogordo, and that's where they dumped it all.
Nice.
I guess we met a couple guys out there that were kids back then, and they had actually looted the landfill when they back in '83 when they did. And the kid guy actually brought a copy of Yar's Revenge that he had actually dug out of the landfill.
Man. That would have been amazing back then to grab all new games.
Yeah, I'm sure when kids caught wind of that back in 1983, they were like, "Oh, Atari's unloading a bunch of stuff out there."
Oh, man.
There was some like the keypad controllers. I know I saw a couple of those when they pulled it out. They didn't really let you get too close. They had it cordoned off, obviously, but yeah, it was fun. it happened real fast, but we were there for a very long time.
So before they actually found them, you actually found a top of an Atari joystick before anything happened, right?
Yeah, and I'm sure it was like something that was probably dumped out there, way after that. But yeah, it was just cool to find, something before they actually dug anything out
Something
of the hole.
Atari, anything.
Yeah, and it was the top to an Atari 2600 joystick. It was all old and crusty.
Right.
But yeah, I was right there, and I was walking to the bathrooms, and I stumbled over it with Danny. We were walking down to the porta potties that they had, and I found it and ran down. I'm like, I don't know if I should show anybody this. And Ernest Klein was the first guy I showed, and he was like, oh my God. Like, it was, and I started shaking. Started getting nervous. And I haven't really seen a lot online about it, but yeah, we were kind of like the first guys maybe to find something. But
yeah,
it was definitely a cool experience.
So you got some swag there from the event.
Yeah, I do. These were water bottles that they handed out, and they were like limited to like 75 of them or something like that. But it gives these are the actual like coordinates, to where it is.
That's cool.
And then I got a copy of Raiders of the Lost Ark, signed by Mr. Warshaw.
Very nice.
And my copy of E.T. signed by him. And then my first edition Ready Player One.
Very cool.
Signed by Ernest Klein.
Very nice.
Great book. I highly recommend it.
I gotta read this one.
I recommend it to anybody. If you're into video games and 80s pop culture, it's a really good book.
Cool, man. Well,
and I did get a T-shirt, but I don't have it right now. But they did. Yeah, I went and I got the T-shirt.
That's so awesome that you got to take part in this, man.
Yeah, it was fun. 200 people showed up. I thought there would probably be a lot more, internet celebrities, things like that showed up. But it was still cool.
How was the smell?
Oh, it was bad. That's what I told one guy. He was like, oh, they hoaxed this. And I'm like, it was on YouTube. And one of the comments, some guy said that it was a hoax. And I was like, I replied, and I don't usually do that. And I was like, no, man, I smelled what they pulled, what they were digging, man. And that was definitely not, it was definitely not faked. And, but pictures will show, that it's not, it wasn't orchestrated or anything like that.
Sure. Well, cool. Thanks for talking about
this. No problem, man.
And I'll show you guys some pictures that Anthony took from the event.